Hi, I'm Jenny. In this month's messages, we are really asked to contemplate the purpose of being here. If you're watching these videos, I just first want to say thank you. The message this month talks a lot about soul family and how the people watching these videos are my soul family. And I have been doing a lot in my personal prayer and meditation to call my soul family towards me, so that we can connect and become a community. So I just want to thank you for watching this video. And if you've never watched one of these videos before, I will first read the channeled message that was transcribed from me. I'm like audio, I record myself, and then I transcribe it, and then I share it, and then I will share what I believe the message's meaning for us this month, and then I will do a card reading for the month of July as well. Go ahead and get comfortable, and if you have some earbuds, I pop them in. It's funny how this one starts. Felt like there's a little bit of a direct message for me, and then the rest is for all of us. The people watching these videos, feeling these messages, are resonating with them because they are soul family. So thanks, soul fam, for showing up. Soul family are souls that meet again life after life, or in a previous life, or before life, and decided to join forces for a common mission. At this time on Earth, there are many groups of soul families, of souls both old and new, who have decided to come back to shift the planet. To shift the collective consciousness, to help shift the souls. Souls are all connected. They all go back to the Creator. And you incarnated here as part of what your soul wanted. Every soul is born from the Creator, breaks free, and goes through journey after journey. This gives the Creator joy, great joy. To see journey after journey, it is not an experiment. It is not pointless. Every life has lessons. Every life has potential. This time is very crucial for this planet. Some of you have been in places on this planet and tried to turn the tides for the better, towards the light, and some of them have failed. And I actually specifically saw Atlantis. So if you believe you've had no life there, I saw that failing. Some of you have lost your own planets where your soul may have began, but no soul really belongs to any one planet or place. All of your souls have been through something difficult and challenging, and everyone has chosen to return here now and reconnect. You connect through hearing messages like this, through these videos. If you think about the technology and the advancements, how you connect with souls across the world that you couldn't have connected with 100 years ago on this planet, there is a reason for all of this. There is a reason for the connections. There is a reason for the technology. There is a reason why so many are waking up and realizing their potential. Their connection to the Creator, their connection to one another. There is a collective shift that must happen. And in order for this planet to thrive and the people on it to thrive, this shift must happen. Souls are galactic. You are galactic. Some angels, some ascended masters are galactic. You have come to connect, to share messages, to share growth. Every person watching this video has the potential to open up to these messages. This is channeling. It is not pointless to be alive now. It is not frivolous to do this spiritual work. This work is for the higher good. It is for the collective consciousness, for the evolution of your soul family, your soul group, for the evolution of this planet. It all goes back to the Creator. We are dancing on the edge of explaining the purpose of life to you. You must listen to the message and understand it for yourself. We cannot tell you why the Creator has sent you forth, only to return after so many lives. You will understand when you are back as just a soul and out of a body. The more that you can see yourself as a soul and see others as souls, the more spiritual connections, the more you open yourself to the Creator, the more you are here now and awake, being fully present, seeing the ego for what it is, working to see the light in everyone, leaving a legacy of light. The more you can do that, the better you leave this world. This is the whole point, to come to this world only to leave it better. Let yourself be a shining star. Let yourself fully be a light. Do not dim your light for anyone. Do not hide your light for anyone. If you make others uncomfortable with your talk of spirituality or your rituals or your meditations, this is because they are afraid of your light. Some people are still shrouded in darkness, but as you burn brighter, you help others wake up, just by being you. Let yourself be fully you and connect with others like you. Do not hide who you are for fear of shame. You are doing the work of the Creator here on earth. Okay, I feel this month's message is a little more, there's like several aspects to it. And, you know, I feel like all the messages have been really wonderful for us this year. This one is really connecting us. And so if you've been watching these videos and not commenting, you know, comment, and maybe within the comments we can connect, you know, you to other people. I personally, like I said, I've been calling forth my soul family to me. That's why I make these videos. I am looking to connect with you, to really be a teacher. I had my biggest spiritual awakening. I've had several spiritual awakenings, but the one that's really shifted everything for me was at the end. It started in 2018. By the end of 2019, I went for a hike, and there was snow on the ground. Yet I found rattlesnake skin. And yes, I lived where there were rattlesnakes, but when there's snow on the ground, there's no rattlesnakes. And I was kind of led off a path and behind a tree, and lo and behold, there was the snake skin, and I knew it was a message for me. And that message is of a shaman, of a healer. And no, I do not go around call myself a shaman because I just don't feel comfortable with that. I call myself a healer. And part of being a healer is for me to be a teacher. And that's why I make these videos, and that's why I share these things with you. So thank you again for being my soul family and connecting with me. It seems like it's time to really step that connection up and talk to one another. So if you feel called to do that, feel free. I like everything, of course. But I like how they're talking about, at one point, about the technology and advancements and connecting, how important that is. I think that soul families are larger than they were. I mean, we know there's a lot more people on this planet at this time. So I think that maybe soul families may have started off smaller, but these groups are very large at this point. And we're connecting in the thousands to millions at this point, really connecting to these large groups through technology. And I think that the more we share about what we're going through in our real life, in our day-to-day life, but also on social media, it's connecting to other people. You know, you share something, it lights up someone else. And so I think that's what they're talking about too, is, you know, don't hide what you do. Don't hide your spiritual practice. Don't not talk about it because it makes other people uncomfortable. I lived my whole life feeling like being a people pleaser. I'm feeling a lot of shame for just being a human being, you know, shame for everything I did. I had a therapist that said it's like I carried a whip and was constantly whipping myself over guilt and shame that didn't need to be there. You know, in the end, I'm a good person. And I didn't need to feel such heavy shame. But it's easy to feel that way. It's easy to feel shame, and it's easy to feel like we're on the outskirts, we're the weirdos, we're the outliers because we're connecting to spirituality. But what if we're not? And what if more people are like us? And what if this becomes normalized so that more people can feel comfortable talking about it? So just something to think about. I think it's interesting too, several times they said that your life isn't pointless. I guess, you know, it's easy when politically things get weird in my country, which is the US, or around the world. It's easy to sometimes see our spiritual work as pointless. It's like, well, I'm not really making a huge change, but you're shifting your own consciousness. And that's connecting to your lineage. It's connecting to everybody around you. I mean, becoming a patient person, becoming a present person, when I'm waiting in a long line, I'm not complaining. I'm not angry or irritated to the people around me. I'm just patient. And that rubs off. You know, we're human beings. We need connection. We definitely pick up on everyone's an empath. We all pick up on each other's emotions and feelings and thoughts. And so when you are holding this light and you are this present, fully awake person, that rubs off on everybody around you. And it makes others uncomfortable, which they talked about in here. Like, you know, it does make people uncomfortable. People that are really shrouded in darkness, people that don't like themselves, are feeling low, are not spiritual, we really make them uncomfortable. That light, it's like a flashlight right into them, and they don't like it, but that's not your fault and not your problem. Like, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be who you are and shine your light. So what if it makes someone uncomfortable? Right? If we don't share, how will things spread? How will more people wake up? How will we find our soul family if we're not sharing? So just something to consider. It's an act of bravery to be spiritual and to be openly spiritual. It's becoming easier now. You know, there still is persecution and there still is a lot of judgment and hate. But at the moment, in this country at least, we're not being like burned at the stake for it, where we would have been just a few hundred years ago, right? So something to just consider is, how comfortable are you with sharing? How can you share more in a way that makes you comfortable? You don't have to go out there, you know, like fully meditating in a park in front of people and just being like, I believe in this and let me read your cards. You don't have to do that. How can you just share about it? Maybe little nuggets of wisdom in a conversation, or, you know, just a little suggestion, or sharing something on your Facebook or your Instagram or something. It's just such little things that we can do to be more of that light and leave a legacy of light. And I like that they say too that our purpose is to leave the world a better place. Going back to the legacy of light from a few months ago, that's our job, right? To leave a legacy of light. I like it because it's like how we do a lot of hiking as a family. It's like you're supposed to leave the trail or the campsite better than you found it, right? It's like, how can we leave the world better than we found it? That's something we can ponder our whole lives, you know, just time and time again. Like, what am I doing to leave this world a better place than when I was born into it? You know, think about the year you were born. Think about the advancements and the changes. What are you doing to leave it better? Right? Very deep, very deep questions. Talked about all of us being galactic, and that, to me, they use that term for me, and what it means to me is that we're not of just this planet. And if you're not already familiar with what a starseed is, I have a video on that. I'll link it here. But I personally believe that none of us are just solely Earth souls. Like, we all have been around, been on other planets, lived lives on other planets. Our star beings are, you know, especially when we wake up, we really connect and we're like, I know. And you may even have had dreams. Like, I know I had a recurring dream of a life on another planet with like a pinkish, brightish light of sky and shallow, very clear water, and it ending. So I definitely feel that was, I watched a world end, and I don't want to see that again, right? So that's why we're working to make the new earth, to shift the new earth. I hope this resonates with you. It was different. There was like a lot of parts to it. You know, it wasn't a very linear message. It felt like there was a lot of messages within it. And they specifically said for you to listen to it and make your own opinions. So I definitely suggest just going back and listening to just the message, and maybe drawing out or writing down what comes to mind for you, and seeing, you know, I would like to know how this plays out for you for the month of July. And in a moment, I will be giving you a card reading for the month. For this month's reading, I'm using the Wisdom of the Golden Path Oracle. This is the one that I picked up secondhand and didn't think I'd really connect to, but I have actually really enjoyed using. So I feel it's a good one for this month. Compassion. So it's very easy to lend compassion to other people, but not always ourselves. So something to keep in mind is, by not dimming your light, by being fully you're being compassionate to yourself. And it is important to be compassionate yourself, and more important to be compassionate to yourself than to make other people feel comfortable. So keep that in mind. Change. I keep getting a lot of messages about change. Verge. I mean, we're always changing. Every day is a change. Every day there's change. But I feel like we talked about in these messages, on a global level, we're having a big shift, a big change, and you're part of that change. So think about that. Be compassionate to yourself and allow yourself to be part of that change. Flame of inspiration. So fiery July, right? Summer, hot, the sun. What is inspiring you? Talked about in the message about being a channel, that everyone can be a channel. So allow yourself to be inspired. Allow those flames of inspiration to come to you. Wings of light, that's you. You're an earth angel, an angel on this earth. Thank you for being that. And thank you for following the wings of light, right? For choosing the light, choosing this path. And our last one, questioning your beliefs. Have we been doing this? Because it talked about in the message about that your life isn't pointless, that you serve a purpose. So and that the spiritual work needs to continue. So my guess is that a lot of us have been questioning our beliefs, questioning our spiritual path. You know, are we doing the right thing? And the answer is yes. Don't question your beliefs. Keep up your spiritual practice. You are leaving a legacy of light. You are leaving this earth a better place. Keep up, okay? Keep doing it, soul family. If you liked this, please tell me about it. Please give me a comment. I'd love to hear from you.